operationality that has continued to generate reactions. So President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, alongside NNPC Limited, were locked in a dispute ranging from monopoly allegations to supply of crude to the refinery. There was the issue of substandard fuel imports and ownership of blending plants in faraway Malta. For more perspectives, I'm joined by President, Nigeria Accountability Project, Razak Oladosu. Mr. Oladosu, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you, sir.
So Dangote has asked reps to investigate the inferior fuel allegation. As a matter of fact, he's saying that his own product is superior to what's been imported. What do you think is really happening here?
You see, excitingly, I think we have this issue as Nigerians. Today, we will rely and appreciate when NAFDAC says, don't take pure water done by so and so. You understand me now? But you know, when it comes to this issue of petroleum products, we tend to continue to ask ourselves some questions that are not in the paper. The NNPC and the other arms of NNPC that was assigned the power and the capacity to test, certify, and define the use of petroleum products, they came out and said, look, this is what they found. Yes, no. They deserve one thing. All the while, we've never had such a story before. We thought they were deadbeat. Now they are coming out and they are giving us a report. I think what an average Nigerian should do, you that will believe in NAFDAC certification, don't take sachet drink, don't do this, don't do that. NAFDAC empowered by the federal government. This same organizational position taken by the NNPC empowered to satisfy. I mean, you can't be a judge in your own case. They have come up and they said, look at, this is what is happening. And me, I thought all of us should be able to sit back and ask ourselves some questions.
But you don't think he also reserves the right to question whatever the body
he has the right.
He was asking questions like, which lab did you use? Do you have a certified lab to come up with the results that you have?
You mean the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by exception, the NNPC does not have a lab? Do you know that the first oil well was found which year in Nigeria? And they've been at this trade for this long? We are playing too much politics with some of these things. Our lives and subsistence depend on it. We should be able, we should be able to depend on the people who choose to represent us. I'm not for or against, but my own position is simple. If you believe that NAFTA will want you and you will agree, if what do you call their name? NASPRI, what do you call them? The other arms of NNPC tells us that, look, we have an issue on our hand. This is what is happening. I think, I think for the benefit of the money they collect from us every year, for the benefit of what Nigerians are investing in NNPC, who do we believe? A businessman. Wait, a businessman is a businessman. What is the purpose of a businessman? To make what? Profit. At whatever cost, it doesn't matter to them. They must declare dividend. You and I know that. NNPC does not.
But you don't think this is a different kind of a businessman? Because, with the Dangote refinery came a lot of commendations. Even the Senate president was quoted to have said he stunned skeptics by being able to establish a refinery that many nations cannot build. Another issue that was raised with the issue of monopoly. He has offered to sell the refinery to NNPC Limited to invalidate the allegations of monopoly. The question is, should we even be talking about a single individual monopolizing the market if we have our refineries up and working?
My brother, why must we be playing to the gallery? Let's fix this. Let's face it very sincerely. The issue is about safety. It's about development. It's about progress. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, you see, look, when these telephone people, the mobile people came in, Globacom had a lot of challenges along the line. But until when they were able to regulate their act, Did you ever hear any challenges against them any longer? Let businessmen stop playing with the intelligence of Nigerians. See, it's not like the NBC, who is the regulator of your broadcasting system. If they say you hear something that is untoward, it is not for you to come to the marketplace to plead that because we are who we are, that is right. What you are hearing is what they said.
No,
the standard, listen.
If their verdict about me is wrong, I have the right to contest.
Of course, yes.
And that's what.
But you see, from our own investigation, okay, from our own investigation, who is the regulatory body that guides, supervises, and approves the supplies of petroleum products to Nigeria? Can you help me with that name? NMDPRA. Is that not the name? Now, is Dangote the regulator? Can he be a judge in his own case? They say he was found wanting. What I had expected, instead of going to the market to play up emotions and do anything, is for you to subject yourself, to general scrutiny. Hello, sir. This thing has been going on for years. It's an organization that has been in place for years. It does not come with Tinubu's government, though. It came with its own mandate from where it's coming from, and it has a mandate to do what? To regulate. So now they are coming out to tell us that, look, what they have is a substandard product. Okay? So what are you going to tell me?
But,
because listen,
let us talk about the image, how this is rubbing off on our image as a nation, right? So the AFDP president, Akinwumi Adesina, for instance, is of the opinion that what is happening is self-defeating and that it's a very bad idea for Nigeria. His question really is, who will want to come and invest in a country that disparages and undermines its own largest investor?
I laugh when I read it. You know why? Nobody. My mother is from Kaba, from Obajana. And when Dangote entered Obajana, we knew what he agreed with them. And we knew what he did. You understand? We knew what they are getting. So if you say an investor that we're going to play the game the man is playing, my brother, it is not welcome, except we lack conscience. You understand me? Yes, he brought him money. Good idea. Wonderful. But they say it is not meeting the standard. Will you say because your pastor is spirit-filled and is an armed robber, and you said they should condone his robbery? I don't think. Hello, sir. We are Africans, so let's get some of these things straight. Will you say a brilliant young guy? So the other day, we had an experience that the Lagos State Police, wonderful job they did to sort out some kidnappers. And in Nollywood, the producer was part of them. And he produces, when I went through his Disney, produces one of the best, whatever in the East. Hello? Do we say they should maintain him alive because he produces the best movie? No, listen. So that he is an investor, yeah, he brought money. Wonderful. He did wonderful. Do you mean we should continue in that regime of lawlessness?
But how do you respond to critics who believe this is just another effort to deliberately frustrate a local refinery in order to continue to import fuel into Nigeria?
Listen, today, the other day, I think the MD of the CEO of NMPC said, Port Harcourt is almost ready. We were there some weeks ago. What is almost ready?
They have been issuing different days for the commencement of operation.
Well, I'm not their staff, but you know what? They are giving, not only that, do you know there are other modular refineries that the same NNPC license that are producing, no matter how many diesels and what do you call it, Jet A1 in Nigeria today? So it's pure blackmail. See, it distracts us from the fact of the matter that, look, people we put in charge, okay, to audit, to energize, and to strengthen, are now telling us, beware. We had issues. Nigeria, do we produce Panadol? Yes. But we've had Minister of Health issuing health, whatever, that don't take so Panadol with so code. Do you mean they are killing a local industry? No. Because your life matters much to them.
Right. That
the developmental project you think the investor is bringing. An average investor, sir, is a profit seeker, a rent seeker. So, but an institution of a federal institution of NNPC capacity is there for posterity to guide and supervise the well-being. Do you know the first function of a government? to create a conducive environment, security, and prosperity. And they are playing their role now. They said, look, listen, we are not saying it is bad,
all right,
but this thing is not up to standard.
We can't exhaust this conversation in a single interview. We have to continue subsequently. I've been speaking with President Nigeria Accountability Project, Razak Oladosu. Thank you for talking to us on the program. And that's our show today. You can watch it again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye.
Our planet, our home.